The most expensive purchases on Pawn Stars. Before we start, I'd like you to hit that red subscriber button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Film Trendy. The treasures and finds that come in front of shop runners in the History Channel's wildly successful series Pawn Stars have only grown in value as the show has elevated their shop's stature. With more and more collectors learning about the dealings of Richard, Chumley, and Corey, the show's promise that you never know what will walk through the door has only become more true. Here are some of the most expensive purchases on Pawn Stars. Number 1. Maurice Sendak sketches, priced $250,000. In the same season as George Washington's Found, Rick came across something that he couldn't help but have. A collector offered him the original sketches that became Maurice Sendak's children's book, Where the Wild Things Are. Rick was clearly awed by the drawings when he saw them in person.
These are all original illustrations. Everything is one of a kind.
These are amazing.
So here you've got, of course, one of the main Wild Thing monsters.
It was the greatest book ever written, Rick told the dealer. When I was a kid, I was fascinated by the pictures. It was so different from any other children's book. Because Sendak never sold prints of his work for Where the Wild Things Are, these sketches were one of a kind. After consulting with an expert who told him he could expect to net $310,000 for the sketches, Rick talked the owner into selling the lot of them for $250,000. Number 2. 3,000 ounces of silver, priced $111,000. The second largest purchase in Pawn Stars history was a lot easier for the shop to verify the value of.
I have over 3,000 ounces. Growing up, my dad always taught me to invest, and so I'm here today to cash in on that investment.
When a customer rolled into the shop with a dolly loaded down with 3,000 ounces of silver in bars and coinage, the Harrisons knew they had a deal on their hands. Because of the significant amount of money changing hands and the ease at which a scammer could fake a silver bar with a different metal at its core, Rick drilled into the center of the bars to determine that they were purely made of the precious metal. Testing silver is a little work, but it's not rocket science, Rick said. Before explaining how to test silver with nitric acid, if the silver he extracted for testing turned a milky white color when exposed to the acid, it was pure. Number 3. 1932 Lincoln Roadster, priced at $95,000. This convertible was created with one thing in mind: luxury.
You'll be hard-pressed to find any other Roadster like this. It's gonna break my heart to get rid of it, but things change.
With its 150 horsepower V12 engine, it was more powerful than any of the cars in its era. So when Rick and the old man went to check out an exceptionally maintained 32 Roadster, they knew they had to go big if they wanted to ride off with this vintage beauty. In the end, it was $95,000 big, paid in cash, which the owner then pushed back over the counter to buy $95,000 worth of gold. Number 4. 1961 Gibson SG Les Paul guitar, priced at $90,000. This custom guitar belonged to an American guitarist, Mary Ford, who was the wife of legendary guitarist Les Paul. From 1950 to 1954, Mary and Les co-wrote 16 top 10 hits and sold millions of records.
Wow. Dude, this is amazing. I can't even believe I'm holding this in my hands. Mary Ford's Les Paul, this is absolutely crazy.
Les's solid body guitar design also effectively changed the sound of rock music. Already a rare guitar made even more valuable with its actual connection to Les Paul, this would become Rick's largest guitar buy of his career. After the owner's initial ask of $250,000, Rick did well to snap it up for a meager $90,000. Number 5. 1941 Gibson SG 200 guitar, valued at $85,000. Not only was this guitar beautiful and rare, but it was also owned by a rock legend. Stephen Stills of the folk rock group Crosby, Stills and Nash owned this piece of rock and roll history.
Probably the most beautiful acoustic guitar you've ever seen.
Which was instantly appreciated by Rick as he uttered the words, "That's cool." With an accompanying bill of sale signed by Stills himself, Rick had to dig deep to get his hands on this holy grail of Gibson guitars. In the end, he was able to price it off the owner for a cool $85,000. Number 6. 1922 High Relief Dollar, priced at $80,000. It's not just cars and guitars that fetch top dollar. Occasionally, the shop will shell out for actual dollars. Such was the case when this rare dollar coin from 1922 that the shop paid $80,000 to own.
Is one of the rarest coins in American history. It definitely shocks me that people will walk up to my counter and pull out an item worth $50,000 or $100,000.
It's known in collector circles as one of the rarest American coins ever made, and its owner lucked into it in a poker game. While he knew he had an expensive coin on his hands, he had no idea how much it was worth. Number 7. 2014 Hertz-Penske GT Mustang priced at $60,000. Of course, cars are some of the most pricey items on the show, though they are usually classic cars. However, Rick paid quite a bit for a 2014 Ford GT Mustang made in collaboration between Roger Penske and the retail company Hertz.
I'm ready. Let's hit it. Handles great for going around Vegas. You're going at 150 down the straightaways.
Considering this was one of the first 10 of its kind, he was happy to pay $60,000 for the car. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are currently on your screen, because I'm sure you'll love them. And with that, we'll see you in the next video.